A British icon and an American cowboy. It sounds like the start of a romantic movie no one dared to write. But this time, it's real. Elizabeth Hurley, the timeless English actress known for elegance and wit, has found herself completely at ease with a man who couldn't be more different. Country legend Billy Ray Cyrus. Two worlds apart, yet somehow perfectly in sync. And now, after just 6 months together, Billy is packing his bags for something he's never experienced before. An old-fashioned English Christmas at Elizabeth's countryside estate. For years, Elizabeth Hurley had been perfectly content on her own. She had the life most people dream about. A beautiful countryside home, a close circle of family and friends, her dogs, her work. She wasn't searching for anyone. In fact, she says she didn't even realize she wanted to meet someone. But then came Billy. It wasn't through a Hollywood event or a glamorous party. It was something simpler, quieter, two people meeting at the right time. And from the very first moment, Elizabeth says it just felt incredibly comfortable and natural. No awkward small talk, no pretending, no effort to impress, just ease. The kind that comes when you finally meet someone who matches your rhythm. She admitted that she'd been set up with plenty of people over the years. All of them, on paper, perfect matches. But none of them ever felt right. Every dinner, every introduction ended the same way. Polite smiles and the familiar thought that she'd rather be home with her dogs. This time was different. Billy wasn't a setup. He was a surprise. And somehow exactly what she didn't know she'd been missing. He didn't belong to her world of London soirees or red carpets. He was grounded, warm, unfiltered. A man who could make her laugh 1 minute and sit in silence with her the next. And for Elizabeth, that was all it took. If their connection started effortlessly, what came next only made it stronger. The world watched in surprise as Billy Ray Cyrus, the man who built his life around Nashville guitars and southern sunsets, suddenly found himself deep in the English countryside. For months he traded dusty backroads for winding lanes lined with hedgerows and ivy, and somehow it fit. Elizabeth's $6 million estate in Herefordshire became their summer hideaway, a world of rolling fields, lazy afternoons, and long walks with her dogs. Friends say it was the most peaceful they'd ever seen her. No flash, no press, just the sound of laughter echoing across the garden, and Billy strumming his guitar on the porch as the sun set behind the hills. But their story isn't one of glamour. It's built on small, human moments, like Elizabeth joking about cutting Billy's hair herself. "He's got very fuzzy hair," she laughed, "and I have a lot of hair too, so we're always in danger of choking on hairballs." It's the kind of playful, domestic chaos that only happens when two people are genuinely comfortable together. When summer ended, they switched worlds again. This time, it was Elizabeth's turn to step into Billy's, the green hills of Tennessee. She called it so beautiful, even saying it reminded her of England. "Probably the equivalent of Surrey," she smiled. There, surrounded by open skies and country quiet, she blended right in. Between their two homes, the rhythm of their lives now plays out like a duet. One part British charm, one part Southern soul. And as the seasons changed, so did something in both of them. Now, as winter settles in over the English countryside, Elizabeth is preparing for something that feels almost like a new chapter. Christmas at her Herefordshire home has always been sacred. Loud, cozy, and wonderfully British. It's the one time of year when her entire family gathers under one roof. Her siblings, her son Damien, a few close friends, and of course, her dogs padding around the fire. The plan is simple but heartfelt. Food, laughter, long walks, and the kind of comfort that money can't buy. Boxes of quality street chocolates scattered across the tables, everyone arguing over which color is the best. The TV glowing in the background, half-watched while the family tells stories they've already told a dozen times before. It's the rhythm of a home that knows peace. And this year, there's someone new joining that circle. Billy Ray Cyrus, country royalty, the man who wrote Achy Breaky Heart, is about to experience his first English Christmas. No Hollywood glitz, no bright lights of Nashville. Just rain, muddy boots, and laughter that echoes through stone walls. Elizabeth says it's all she wants this year. For Billy to love it, to feel at home, to not laugh when they eat too many chocolates or fall asleep on the sofa. To belong. She told Lima's Power Women series, "All I want for Christmas this year is that Billy enjoys his first English Christmas. He spent the whole summer with us, but I hope he integrates, loves it, enjoys it, and doesn't laugh at us. But behind the laughter and the warmth, something deeper is happening. Something quieter than love songs or headlines. Because for Elizabeth, this isn't just about introducing a boyfriend to her family. It's about letting someone into the life she built alone and realizing she finally wants to share it. For Elizabeth Hurley, love was never something she chased. Not anymore. She'd spent years single, and not in a lonely way, but in a content one. As she put it, "I had been really single for a really long time, and to be honest, I was pretty happy. I had a great life and a really good time. It's a rare kind of peace, the kind that comes after the noise fades, when you stop searching and start simply living." She had her family, her work, her home, and her independence. She didn't need saving, and she wasn't waiting for anyone. That's why meeting Billy Ray Cyrus wasn't a rescue. It was a meeting of equals. Two people from completely different worlds who had both lived long, complicated lives in the spotlight, and somehow found calm in each other's company. Their bond doesn't sparkle with the frenzy of Hollywood romance. It hums quietly, like two people who know exactly who they are. They talk, they laugh, they tease each other. They go to the supermarket together. Though, as Elizabeth joked, Billy stays in the car because he'd be annoying inside. They cut each other's hair, share music, and find joy in the unremarkable moments that most people overlook. It's not about fame, followers, or red carpets anymore. It's about friendship, that gentle kind of love that asks for nothing but presence. And maybe that's what makes it so powerful. Because when two people have already lived full lives, what they really crave isn't drama, it's peace. For Elizabeth, Billy represents that peace. A reminder that even after decades of cameras, headlines, and heartbreaks, life still knows how to surprise you. If there's one thing this story proves, it's that love doesn't always follow the script people expect. Because when news broke that Elizabeth Hurley and Billy Ray Cyrus were together, the internet didn't know what to make of it. Some fans were stunned. A British-style icon and an American country legend? It sounded like a tabloid headline waiting to happen. But as more details emerged, their laughter, their quiet moments, their shared summers, the reaction shifted. Shock turned into curiosity. Curiosity turned into warmth. And soon, the world started to see it for what it really was. Two people finding peace in each other. Their connection even carries a kind of poetic symmetry. Elizabeth's son, Damian Hurley, and Billy's daughter, Miley Cyrus, both artists, both children of fame, are part of a new generation that grew up watching their parents' worlds collide with the spotlight. And now, in their parents' later years, those worlds have unexpectedly come together. It feels symbolic, the merging of two legacies built on individuality, creativity, and resilience. When Elizabeth talks about Billy now, there's no need for the usual celebrity gloss. She doesn't gush or exaggerate. She just sounds happy. Calmly, confidently, genuinely happy. Fans call them an unlikely couple, but maybe that's exactly why it works. They've both lived enough to know that love isn't about headlines. It's about finding someone who makes the world quieter, warmer, easier. And as Billy prepares for his first English Christmas, surrounded by her family, her friends, her world, there's a sense that this isn't just a fleeting chapter. It's something real, something steady, something found, not chased. Because maybe, after all the years, all the noise and all the expectations, love really does find you when you've stopped looking.